Get inspired with the woman empowerment extraordinaire, LaMeel.
Da, 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 da. It is LaMeel, the money goddess from LaMeel.com. I am your host today on LaMeel Radio, and today we are recording for the Epic Manifest 10K in 10 days this holiday season. And we are coming to the end of this co-creating process, but not hopefully to the end of your manifesting process. And we are officially on day 9. So I want you, the practice, I should say, that we're going to really focus on is what's working, right? And to do more of that, what's working. So I told you, and I've been telling you, that this manifesting process is 100% alignment, 98% alignment, and 2% inspired action. So now that you hopefully have an idea of what it is like to feel aligned, right? To be happy, to feel really, really good, okay? You know what that's like now. Then your work should be and will constantly be from this point forward is to get there and stay there, and to stay there as long as possible. To stay there as long as possible. You want to get into that zone, right? Have you ever seen really creative people when they're painting, they're writing music, they're creating music, right? And they're in the zone. They're in that zone where nothing can touch them, and everything, it's like God is flowing through them and out of them, and everything that they do is magic in that moment. And so you're utilizing these alignment practices so you can get into your zone, so you can get into a space where like you feel so good. My honey pie said to me today, he was like, I was driving to work, and it's Twerk Tuesday, right? And so they were playing this amazing, like high vibe, high energy twerk music, and it was so timely. So and he said that music, right, fed his soul to where he was in a good mood all day because it raised his vibration. Like he was just amazed and so happy with this music on his way to work that he was able to maintain that good vibe like all day long just from that music. So I don't know what day it was, but rewind, go back a couple of days. Remember when I said get you a playlist? That's the playlist you listen in the car. If you in rush hour traffic, you need to be almost on your seat, twerking it, hands out the windows, yelling it, screaming it, feeling so good that the people around you can't drive because they watching you have a good time in your car. Like that is the energy. That is the zone that you want to get into and stay into and maintain that and then operate. And then what happens is you may get inspired action. So the inspired action could be the idea to call somebody and say, hey, you know what? You asked me to do so-and-so, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do it because it feels really good right now, the thought of doing that from this vantage point, right? Because you're already in the good feeling mode. So now doing that feels really, really juicy. You do that and they go, bet, can you be here tomorrow? I got 10 grand for you to get started. Or somebody who's owed you, or you get a surprise refund, or whatever it is, or you are told to stay after work and do X, Y, and Z, but you're feeling so good about it, you go with it, and the boss goes, you know what, here's a bonus for you. So There is now some action that you can be taking and should continue to take, but it needs to be inspired. Don't take any action from the place of, how can I make this happen? Okay, how do I make this happen? I can make this happen by A, B, C, and D. Remember, the how is not your job. So you need to, how do I get happy? How do I feel good? That's your how. How do I get happy? How do I feel good? And while you're there, if you get an idea to go call somebody you haven't talked to in a while and they say, honey, I got some money for you. That phone call, that thought is your inspired action. So apparently today is about inspired action. So you need to be listening, getting into that zone and taking inspired action. If you take action outside of that zone, you're not going to get the same results. First, get in to the zone, to the creative flow, get connected, feel good, and then go and take action on the ideas that you get during that time. Okay? And those are the actions that are going to yield the results that you are looking for. Any other action is futile. Any other action is you strong arming and trying to force a scenario. You making it happen, but you live in a law of an attraction-based universe where the law of attraction almost trumps everything. So there's no reason for you to be strong arming your manifestations. What you need to be doing is getting into alignment and then doing the shit that feels like really, really fucking juicy and delicious once you're there. That's where you need to be. That's where you need to get. Get in there, feel good, feel juicy, like almost to a point of a high. And I'm explaining to you what being in that vortex, being in alignment feels like for me, right? I have this immense level of relaxation down my spine. And I'm very, very satisfied. And I'm so satisfied, I can almost taste how happy I am. And then it's like, well, how can I get happier? What else can I do? Ooh, what can I say? You know, and when things start to get like juicy like that, and then I go, let me send an email because I want to work with some people who want to play with me in this right here. This is where I want to play with people. This is where I want to help people get and stay and build legacies and empires and live their dreams and be able to come together with me on the phone and co-create their manifestations in less than 24 hours. Then I write that email and my spaces fill up. And then I get there again and go, okay, I'm gonna offer one more space because this is so much fucking fun. Life is supposed to be fun and delicious, and that's something new. That delicious juiciness is new. Like satisfaction and happy, I've been good at. But right now, this last quarter of this year, like shit's getting juicy. And I'm gonna tell you, November's a rough month for me. I had a daughter who passed. She turns on the day she turned 6 months, 8 months. I'm totally wrong. On the day she turned 8 months, she died in my arms, took her last breath looking at me. And November, although I moved on and I had more children and it didn't have a hold of me the way that unfortunately death of a child does for some people, it still had me during this month of November. She passed on the 16th. So there was always this muck and this struggle that I was coming through and just out of right before Thanksgiving, which for me made Thanksgiving laborsome getting there. And it gets better every year. But this year, I was able to come out of it and really, really understand what was going on and what were the last few remnants of what was holding on to me. And just prior to that, and even now, like juicy and delicious is like brand new. I don't know if you've ever had like key lime pie, like you ever had some shit that was like a party in your mouth? Like you can have the energy where it's a party in your mouth, it's a party in your mind, it's a party in your body. And uh you don't even have to be doing anything. You don't even have to want to do anything, but just feel fucking good. And while you're in that moment, like right now, like I'm experiencing that right now. And look, look, I'm not even doing a video. I'm like, look. Um, it feels so good. I got tears in my eyes. My eyes are watering up because what I know is that in this moment right here of just feeling good and sharing and co-creating, see, I get the fact that what I'm saying is somebody else's manifestation. This is something that you were manifesting. You needed to hear. You needed to be guided. You needed a different understanding. So really, I am your manifestation for what it is that you've been asking universe for. And while I'm delivering that through what I love and what makes me feel so fucking good, my manifestations are happening. It's beautiful, like right now, you being here with me, whether, you know, well, this is definitely going to be a replay, but in this process today, because you're listening on a daily basis, whether you hear it today in November, whether you hear it next November, whether you hear it in January, it's time. This is an answer. This is a manifestation for you. And I love that. I absolutely love it. And I'm so happy and I feel so blessed to be able to be a vehicle that delivers this amazing message and gift and transformation to you. So, what I had planned for us was to focus on what's working. But you clearly needed a better understanding of what inspired action is. And I would love to hear where you are with your manifestations. And there are so many more alignment practices, and you may have hit some walls. You may have hit some blocks that you need help with. And I have one-on-one and group coaching that can help you with that. But now you know, or you have been exposed to the process. And if you keep working on it because it's a process, you're going to be okay. You're going to get there. It's going to happen. As a matter of fact, the energy that we're sharing right here, right now, is making it happen. Your manifestations are on its way, their way to you right now in this moment because of the energy and the vibe that we're sharing together. Whew. So much energy, like my whole body is tingling. I'm trying to get over it. But that's where we are. If you're having blocks, journal about them, take notes of them. If you're having negative thoughts that you're having difficulties getting over, put them in the group, post them, share them so that I can answer them and um, they can help others. Okay. I'm probably going to do 2 episodes tomorrow because recording them via LaMeel radio has been so much easier than doing the video transmissions because I have done a little bit of traveling this holiday season, and we've been, together as a family and in a hotel and this, that, and the other. And so this has made it a beautiful way for me to get this information to you. The other half of this, I do want you to focus on what's working. So maybe you haven't seen very much money yet, but what have you seen? Are you feeling better? Are you excited for each lesson? What is working in your life? Did the bill get paid? Did you see your family? Did you have a good time with your family? Start listing the stuff in your life that is currently working. Focus on what's working, and the stuff that works, do more of that. And I think I shared that I had one day been late picking up my son, right? And I was really, really upset by it because I knew he was going to be upset by it. And I was able to come out of that relatively quickly by focusing on what works. And what was the solution? The solution is, while we are doing this move thing, because a lot of you know we manifested a house in 10 days, but there's a whole lot of other things that have to happen immediately for us to get in there and get settled and all that kind of stuff. So in this house moving process, I was late picking him up from his bus stop, and I was really upset because I knew it was going to upset him. I came out of that really quickly. However, what really allowed me to get to the next level and was, what was the solution? The solution is, fuck it, while we're doing this, while we're getting all set up before the buses know exactly where they're going to pick him up and all that kind of stuff, I will drop him off at school. I will pick him up from school. Gives me more time. It gives him some security. Who cares about the bus driver, her attitude, what she could have done, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't even matter. What's the solution? And so even before getting to him, I had already come to what the solution was. I was able to comfort him. We were able to move forward, and it was done. There was no dwelling in it. I used to be one of those people that would have replayed and replayed and replayed and replayed all the ways that I could have done something different. The bus driver coulda, shoulda, woulda, all of that. Focusing on the solution and what works helps you move forward, helps you get to the manifestation. And so that's your fun work for today. Look for the inspired action. Don't take action from a place of feeling bad, from a place of feeling desperate, from a place of feeling helpless. No action is better. Get to a place where you feel good and then take action. The outcome is going to be dramatically different. And then when things are not exactly as you want them to be yet, focus on what works and do more of that. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so blessed that you have given me another, 20 minutes of your life and your day and your energy. And I will be here tomorrow. Please join me. We'll have the links below to what is still available in terms of coaching. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
LaMeel Radio. Empowerment radio for women, by women.